Hi guys, welcome back aboard good old Spiffy, our 44-foot hurricane damage DIY catamaran project boat. This week's video is sponsored by Surfshark. More about them a little bit later. We've spent the last 2 weeks bringing Spiffy from Florida all the way up to North Carolina. And today at 1 o'clock we have a haul out booked at Bridgeton Boatworks. Hauling out at Bridgeton is step 1 in the plan. Step 2 in the plan, with a little bit of luck, will follow tomorrow. That is all dependent on me not getting completely devoured by mosquitoes by then. It should take us about 4 hours or so to get here from Oriental into New Bern or Bridgeton, right across from New Bern. Our friends Blair and Danny are then gonna haul Spiffy from Bridgeton all the way to Oriental, to Triton. That is quite the move. They've already secured the permit, and provided we can get the state trooper escort and all the other stuff figured out for tomorrow, then I think, with a little bit of luck, we might move Spiffy tomorrow. We got here a little bit sooner than expected, so we're anchored about a mile off of Bridgeton Boatworks, and I'm just waiting to get the call to head on in. We have fully prepped the boat. We have some lines out in case we need them. We've removed our glorious Walmart tent. We've put down the mast and just tidied up a little bit. Unfortunately, it seems like the wind is starting to just pick up a little bit. And yeah, we don't yet have a lot of experience docking this monstrosity. And also, supposedly the travel lift is pretty narrow. I think we'll have a foot on either side. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Fun little fact about this area is that the waters here are teeming with sharks. Oh, in fact, I think I might hear one right now. Let's see. Hello? Oh, it's just a friendly surf shark. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark is a virtual private network. What is that? It's a way to virtually put your computer in another country or protect yourself when you're using public Wi-Fi. There are plenty of good reasons to use a VPN. I'll be heading back to London shortly. The main reason why I personally use Surfshark is to stream my favorite TV shows that are not available in the UK. And the way I use it is directly on my Apple TV, and it's super easy to set up. Depending on what country you travel to, some TV shows might not be available, and in some cases the entire platform might not be available. An example of that is Max in the UK. Thanks to Surfshark, even when Maz and I are on different sides of the planet, we can still watch our favorite TV shows together. Surfshark is fantastic for watching your favorite TV shows, but it can also be used for more serious purposes. For instance, when we were traveling around Europe and I had to help my parents who were in the US with their health insurance. That website, like many other government or healthcare websites, are only available in the US. So the only way that I could help my parents was to use Surfshark to virtually put my computer in the US. Go to surfshark.com/saillife or use code SAILLIFE at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. And thank you, little buddy, for stopping by.
To get safely to the travel lift, we'd been told to line up some of the towers in New Bern with the yard before making the turn to avoid some submerged trees. Yep, that travel lift sure does look a little on the skinny side, but we made it through without any incidents. The estimate of about a foot on either side of the boat seems pretty accurate. I think maybe this just looked extra narrow because of the length. The awesome crew at Bridgeton Boatworks quickly got us positioned in the slings and started hauling us out, only for me to discover that we'd forgotten to completely pull up the anchor after having dangled it in the water for a bit to rinse off the mud. Very embarrassing. With the anchor proudly dangling in the breeze, Spiffy made her way into the yard, where Danny was waiting for us with a giant red tractor and a big hydraulic trailer. Using the travel lift, the yard positioned Spiffy over the trailer and then slowly lowered her down a little bit so Danny could configure the arms and fine-tune the position of the trailer. After what felt like only a few minutes, the boat was fully supported by the trailer and Spiffy got moved to the corner of the yard for overnight storage. And just like that, the boat is ready to move. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Danny got the boat on the trailer in freaking record time, and it was such a smooth experience compared to us fiddling with stuff in Florida. There's just one little thing. One little 2x4 mast shaped thing, because we're very close to the clearance we're allowed. So this thing is sadly gonna have to come down. I don't mind chopping this thing down. The only thing that's a little bit of a is the fact that I have multiple saws and circular saws and stuff in the tool trailer down in Florida. Meanwhile, the only cutting implement I've got here is this oscillating multi-tool with a very worn blade. We'll leave a little nubbin of the old mast so we have something to secure a camera to tomorrow. We should probably also put away our fenders here and secure our tow rail, but other than that, I do believe we're ready for the move. At 7:30 sharp the next morning, Danny returned to the yard, backed up under the trailer and made the necessary connections between it and the tractor. Meanwhile, Captain YouTube, here seen looking rather silly, was setting up 5 cameras to get us a few different angles from inside the tractor, above the tractor, and a couple on the boat too. But let's get back to the star of this video. This is our friend Danny. Danny has tons of experience moving boats of all sizes and is genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Radio check.
Radio check. How about you, JD?
Got you, Danny.
All right, I'm gonna start creeping out.
Info. I'll check the tail swing, but
Getting out of the yard was going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze with a very sharp turn.
got about 2-3 foot from the fence on it. Come on, you got it. Still about 2.5 foot.
All right, I'm gonna keep. Just let me know if I get close.
About 2 foot from the fence on the right side. Oh, you're going good. Just keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
The next issue was a low-hanging branch out on the big road. To avoid that, Danny would have to go up the wrong side of the road, but to be able to do that, he would have to do a 3-point turn of sorts out in this intersection.
I'm go ahead and back up now.
I got you covered, man. Ain't nothing covered. Bring it on back.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Right here, you can see that low-hanging branch that meant Danny would have to go on the wrong side of the road. Of course, now Danny has to find his way back onto the right side of the road.
Come across here, you'll go all the way down to the main road.
Oh, I cut across here. Oh, hell, it is kind of tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go on down this way.
Info, I think that'd be best.
Having the 2 escort vehicles as well as the police escort to help Danny see around corners, block off traffic and stuff like that would prove to be very helpful.
Hey, Dick, you see those keels getting close to the ground? Please let me know. We shouldn't lose any air, but I'd like to address it before it happens.
I'll watch your fin. Just I'll keep your eye on them. Be sure you don't hit them.
Thank you.
With Spiffy out on the 4-lane road, there was plenty of room. The next 10 miles was super smooth sailing, and because we're in a rural area, we didn't even really cause much of a traffic pileup behind us. While Spiffy was on her way, Ava and I were waiting at our destination, Triton Yachts in Oriental, a super nice and tidy yard, far away from any beeping noises or smells associated with the city dump down in Florida. But let's get back to Spiffy. The downside to us being in a rural area is that the nice 4-lane road is going to turn into a 2-lane narrow road with a narrow bridge that would need to be blocked off by one of the escort vehicles.
I'm coming up on where I got to drive in the oncoming lane by the insurance agency up there.
He can't for you. He's on up here to get up. I'll get on up past the little bridge and shut him down.
10-4. Yeah, JD, I'm on a bunch of street signs on my passenger side, so keep an eye on those. I don't want to rub them on them.
Info.
But I might also have to put this thing over the curb too, so I might have a couple inches of clearance.
Info.
Take it nice and slow.
Info, I got you. You got a bull coming with a tag. Maybe he'll come on and get out of the way.
Alright, yeah, once that truck gets through, I'll take this lane here, the oncoming lane.
Alright, I got him shut down around the curve. I got him shut down.
Before getting onto the narrow 2-lane road, Danny would yet again have to go on the wrong side of the road, this time because of some electrical poles on the right side of the road. Still, there wasn't really a lot of room on the left side, and also there was a rather high curb.
The right side, looking good. Plenty of room on the right.
Are y'all two in front gonna punch out and give me some room so I can keep rolling, or how can you do this?
Do what now?
Yeah, it's gonna get tight, so I need y'all to push out. You and the officer push out. Give me some room cleared up.
Info, yeah. We will. I'll get on there pretty good. You cross the bridge, Dan.
Spiffy was finally through the small town and over the narrow bridge. Now it was just a matter of the narrow 2-lane road, where the escort vehicles and the police did a great job of making vehicles in the oncoming lane get over to make room. Apologies to anyone we might have annoyed by moving our giant hunk of fiberglass.
On the left, I got one pickup coming, SUV in the wide spot. After that, we're clear all the way down the stone.
And just like that, after around 45 minutes, Spiffy had made it to a new home in Oriental, North Carolina.
You're good on your right. Ease on. You missed the stop sign on the left. You good, Danny, on your right side. Go on in. You on the rocks.
We are super excited to be here, and this is a much better place for me to continue the refit until we hopefully find a little piece of land where we can build a workshop on and then move Spiffy there. Not only will I love it here, I am sure you guys will too. Danny and Blair had cleared out a Spiffy-sized opening a few days ago. The last final hurdle was to get Spiffy backed into said opening that we will call home for the foreseeable future. Danny made all of this look like child's play. Well, welcome to Triton Yachts here in Oriental, North Carolina. If any of you guys ever need a boat moved and you think it's something Danny and Blair might be able to help with, then I highly recommend you give them a call. Moving Spiffy here was a 10 out of 10 experience. Ava and I have only spent a couple of weeks in Oriental so far, so we are not experts. But without any doubt, I can say that I vastly prefer it here to down in Florida. This place reminds me a lot of where I grew up in Denmark. It's rural, you have plenty of room, plenty of nature. I love it. And the reason I think you guys will also love it here is because no incessant beeping and bumping from the city dump down in Florida. There's a road right out there. It's not noisy and yeah, really nice and quiet. Sure, last week when we arrived there was an extreme heat warning in effect for most of North Carolina, I think. It was something crazy like 116 Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius for the feels like temperature. But yeah, today, as of this morning, somebody turned down the heat. It's really comfortable here now, and I know the summers here get really hot, But the summers are much shorter than down in Florida, so I should get more days where I can do more work up here. It poured down all last night, and as you can probably tell, it's still raining today, yet the area here under the boat remains nice and dry. That is also a difference compared to Florida, where as soon as it rained, the whole area under the boat would just turn into a bit of a swamp. We only have one last push to accomplish before we are completely finished moving everything to North Carolina. As you can see right now, it's completely empty here onto the boat. We need to bring up our CRV and also, most importantly, the tool trailer. I'm flying back to Florida on Monday to, well, for one, tidy up the yard in Florida. We left a bit of a mess. I want to make sure that's all cleared up while I'm down there. And also to, well, bring the CRV up, and then I think our friend Dave is gonna haul the tool trailer for us. That means with a little bit of luck, by the end of next week there should be a tool trailer somewhere here under the boat, and then we can start the process of getting the little under the boat workshop put back together again. I need to build a new little workshop table that could not fit in the tool trailer. The staircase did fit in the tool trailer, so that we can reuse. Then we also need to get the little chemical locker reassembled, and then everything just needs to get organized. So as you can probably tell, it is going to be a few weeks until we can start doing actual boat work again, but at least there is light at the end of the tunnel. In terms of what I'll start working on when that time comes, I'm not entirely sure yet, because a lot of it is going to be weather dependent. We are going to be hopefully moving the boat again once we get a piece of property, so I'm a little hesitant to start tearing out all of the interior, because what's there does lend some rigidity to the boat when it's getting moved by the trailer. But we could get started with all the cracks up on deck, and potentially also the big repair here on the aft end of the starboard hull. The big repair here is going to be very much weather dependent, so we'll see. But we could also get started sandblasting the hull here below the waterline to deal with all those little air pockets or tiny little bubbles. Sandblasting the hull would be awesome, because it would also allow us to take a closer look at the portion of this repair that's under the waterline to see if we need to do anything there. So I think sandblasting the hull might be a strong contender for one of the first projects. When we hauled out, one of the things I was the most excited to check out was the damage we got to this prop when we left Florida. And yeah, definitely got banged up a little bit. I believe we can just buy a single new prop, which hopefully isn't super expensive. But yeah, other than the damage on the one prop, both props seems to be in perfect condition. What's not so perfect is the condition of this anode here. Considering that this was only on there for a little over 2 weeks and we did about 100 hours on the engine or so, I think that is a lot of wear. It's the same on both of the props, and I do think that is a little bit of a surprise, because our electrical system is super simple. I mean, we don't even have the ability to connect to shore power, and our 2 starter batteries are completely separate from our 48-volt house bank. We did use a gasoline-powered generator to charge that 48-volt bank, but yeah, the two are completely separated. Anywho, it is going to be a long time until we actually need to do something about that, and it's always nice to have a bit of a puzzle to mull over. So yeah, we're here. Or I say we, I guess it's just me now, because I dropped Ava off at the airport early in the morning yesterday, and she is on her way to London to again take care of our niece with her sister. But yeah, she'll be back in October, I think. Of course, that sadly also means that there will be no Ava jumping out at the end of this week's video. I apologize for that. I am going to end this week's video here because yeah, I need to get ready to fly back to Florida. But hope to see all you guys back here about the catamaran next week for hopefully finally getting fully settled in North Carolina. So as always, feel free to leave a comment down below, and don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. See you. No Ava. And of course, thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this week's video.